Welcome back. Now, today we'll be learning geometry and we'll be revising the topic similarity. We'll be doing revision of topic similarity. Now, what all things we are going to study in this session? First of all, we'll go with the definition. What is similarity? After that, we'll check area of similar triangles. We've got basic proportionality theorem BPT. Remember, this question is asked every alternate years. Compulsory question. Converse of BPT. Got angle bisector theorem. You've got three parallel lines and the transversal. The property of three parallel lines and the transversal. You've got the test of similarity. You've got the test of similarity of two triangles. And last, you've got the theorem of areas of two similar triangles. We are going to learn all this in details. We are going to revise all this in details. Similarity. All those figures which have same shape but different sizes are called similar figure. Means here the shape is same. Understand this, the shape is same. This word has got importance here. Understand, same shape. Understand, same shape, the shape is same. Understand, this word is very important, but different sizes, the size are different. It may be small, big. Understand, so all those things, but the shape should be seen. Means if you're drawing two circles, check a small circle, a big circle. These two figures, they are what? Similar. They are what? Similar. When you're talking regarding the triangle. Understand? When you're drawing the two triangles. Understand? One small, one big. These two triangles are similar. But there are different tests to show this similarity of the triangles. Is this clear? The two triangles are similar if, let's check, the two triangles are similar if there are some conditions for this. Their corresponding angles are equal. The first condition is the corresponding angles, okay, they are equal. Their corresponding sides have lengths in the same ratio. Means if you're talking regarding the sides should be in proportion. The sides should be in proportion and the angles should be equal. This is for the similarity. Understand, for similarity of the triangles, what two conditions are there? The angles should be equal and the sides should be in proportion. Now, for example, check if you're considering triangles ABC and triangle DEF as shown in the figure. So, angle A is equal to angle D, angle B equals to angle E, and angle C equals to angle F. Understand? So, all the three angles, they are equal. Now instead of getting all the three angles equal, understand, if you have the data that only two angles are equal, understand, if only two angles are equal, so this also means that the third angle which is there, the third angle which is there, the third angle is also congruent, that third angle is also congruent. Understand, so because of this, for similarity of triangles, you have got one test which is angle test. Understand, there is one test which is called as angle test. Understand, here means if two angles of the triangle are congruent, Okay, then the two triangles are said to be similar. We are going to learn all this in details. We are going to revise all this in details. Now the sides check AB upon DE equals to BC upon EF equals to AC upon DF. Understand? All this, it should be in what? It should be in proportion. It should be in proportion. Two polygons of the same number of sides are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are in the same proportion. Sorry, in the same ratio or proportion. Understand? So two polygons of the same number of sides. Understand? So it may be triangle, it may be square, rectangle, hexagon. Understand? Their corresponding angles, they are equal and their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Congruent and similar figures. Now, what is difference between congruency and similarity? You should understand these two things first. What is the difference between congruent and similarity? Understand? Congruent means exact copy. Congruent means what? Exact copy. It is the exact copy. And here it is look alike. What look alike? Understand? See, this is very important. Should understand what is the difference between the congruent triangles and similar triangles or congruent and similar figures. So for congruent figures, they are the exact copy. Means what? If you're talking regarding the sides of the triangle, understand? If the sides are 3, 4, and 5 of one triangle, so other triangle should also have the same sides 3, 4, and 5. But for similar triangle, suppose it is 3, 4, and 5. Understand? Suppose it is 3, 4, and 5. So for similar triangle, the other triangle may have sides 6, 8, and 10. Understand? It may have 6, 8, and 10. They are not equal, but in congruency, the sides are equal. Exact copy. Let's move ahead. Recall that two figures are congruent, means they have the same shape and same size. Look at the following figures. Now, if you're going to look at this following figure of a quadrilateral, check what do you understand. If you consider the lengths, all the length of the sides are what? They are equal. Understand? Yeah. If you look at these two, E, you may have EC equals to check LM equals to ZM. Understand? Then you have got MN equals to ZY. Then you've got DN equals to YZ and XW equals to LO. Understand? They should be congruent. They should be what? Congruent. They should have equal values. This is when you're talking regarding the congruency, when you're talking regarding the congruency of the two triangles. Check circles. Now for circles, what do you check? For circles, you are going to check the radius. For circles, what you are going to check? You are going to check the radius. The radius should be equal. The radius, it should be equal. When you're talking regarding what? Congruency. Don't get confused between congruency and similarity. Understand? Check. Don't get confused between the congruency and similarity. These two terms are different. Understand? For congruency, exact copy. For similarity, look alike. Is this clear? We'll move ahead now. Two figures having the same shape, not necessarily the same size, are called similar figures. Observe the following pairs. A check. Look at these two triangles. One is big, one is small. Check this polygon. Understand? One is big, one is small. Circle. One is big, one is small. Understand? So here you can come to the conclusion that, understand, all the congruent figures are what? Similar. But all similar figures may not be congruent. Is this clear? From this you'll come across that all the congruent figures are similar, but all the similar figures, they are not congruent. Is this clear to all the students? There were few students who were raising their hands. Okay, I'll get back to you, beta, once we finish. Okay, Shubhangi, you are only there. Shubhangi, you can unmute and ask, beta. Shubhangi. Shubhangi Patil from Tilaknagar. Yes, beta, ask fast, others will move ahead. Shubhangi, okay, we'll move ahead. So, get this concept clear regarding the congruency and the similarity. For congruency, the sides are equal, of the same size, same shape, but here they are necessarily not of the same size. Similar triangles. Since the triangle is also a polygon and hence two triangles will be similar if the following conditions are satisfied. Now you know that triangle is also a polygon. Hence the two triangles, there are some conditions as I've already mentioned. Their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are proportional. Understand, their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are what? Corresponding sides are proportional. Check. Look at this figure here. Similar triangles. Understand, A upon D equals to B upon E equals to C upon F. A upon P equals to B upon Q equals to C upon R. Understand? So here the angles, they should be equal and sides should be in proportion. You have to always remember this. Similar triangles, angles are equal, sides are in proportion. See here, the values are also given now. Ratio of areas of two triangles. If the height of both the triangles are equal, area of triangle 1 upon area of triangle 2 equals to base 1 upon base 2. Now this, check. You don't have to remember this. You can simply apply the logic. You know what is the area of triangle? Area of triangle is given as half what? Base into height. What? Base into height. Now, if you're talking regarding the two triangles, now if you're taking first triangle as A1, so we'll take base as B1, height as H1. Now, if you're talking regarding triangle A2, we'll assume base as B2 and height as H2. Understand? You know, base into height, half base into height is the formula. Now, if you are going to consider the ratio, check A1 upon A2 equals to half into B1 into H1 upon half B2 into H2. This half and half is going to get reduced. It's going to get cancelled off. Understand? Now, what is left with you? You're left out with B1, B2, H1, H2. But what is the condition here? The height of both the triangles are what? Equal. Height is equal. So that means H1 is equals to H2. So you can cancel this H1 and H2. So what you're left out with? You're left out with B1 upon B2. Understand? So if the heights of both the triangles are equal, so area of triangle 1 upon area of triangle 2 is given as base 1 upon base 2. Is this clear? The same thing when you go with the base of both the triangles are equal. Now if bases of both the triangles are equal, so here in second case, understand what you're going to get. You're going to get that as B1 equals to B2. A1 equals to half B1 into H1 and A2 equals to half B2 into H2. So what happens here? Again half B1, half B2. You can cancel it off. Why? Because B1, B2 is equal, half of are same. So what you are left out with? H1 upon H2. Is this clear to all the students? Now next thing, then you'll move ahead. Now when both height and base of triangle are equal, understand, means height and base both are equal, so that means all is going to get cancelled off. You'll be left out with 1. Understand? So areas of triangle when both height and base they are equal, it is given as area of triangle 1 upon area of triangle 2 equals to 1, or it can be written as area of triangle 1. Understand? We'll shift area of triangle 2 to the other side, so it can be written as area of triangle 1 equals to area of triangle 2. So their areas will be equal. The basic proportionality theorem will revise the basic proportionality theorem. Very important theorem I'm telling you. Understand, this is asked every alternate years. You have to be very careful and you have to by heart this theorem. Very important theorem. Most of the questions, okay, in this chapter, you have to apply this property, basic proportionality theorem. What is the statement of this? Statement is if a line parallel to a side of a triangle intersects the remaining sides in two distinct points, then the line divides the sides in the same proportion. Understand? Check what it is. If a line parallel to a side of a triangle intersects the remaining two sides in two distinct points, then the line divides the sides in the same proportion. given in triangle ABC, line DE parallel to line BC and line DE intersects AB and EC in point D and E respectively. Now check. To prove AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. Now if you look at the figure, you'll get all the meaning of the statement. Go word by word. Check what it is. If a line parallel to the side of a triangle. So check this line DE is parallel to side BC. Understand? Always remember this. Whatever comes after if, whatever comes after if is given. Understand? Check. So given DE parallel to BC. Understand? And the points of intersection you will write that as D and E. Check. Intersects at D and E. Is this clear? Next is to prove. Now, whatever comes after then, whatever comes after then is to prove. Listen, whatever is going to come after then, that what you have to do, you have to prove that. Check to prove. The line divides the sides in the same proportion. Now check this line. Okay. It's going to divide the sides in the same proportion. So AB is divided as AD upon DB. And AC is divided as AE upon EC. Understand? So you have to prove AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. Is this clear to all the students? Now we have to do some construction for this in order to get the proof done. We have to draw segment PC and segment BQ. Okay. EF perpendicular to BA and DG perpendicular to CA. Check in this way. Understand? You have to draw PC and BQ. Actually, it is not PC. It is BE and DC. Understand? And EF perpendicular to AB and DG perpendicular to CA. Here, instead of this PC, understand, it should be CD. And instead of BQ, understand, it should be BE. Just the typing error over here. Understand? You have to draw segment CD and segment BQ. This is clear? And just write it on the top. Yeah. CD and instead of BQ, it should be BE. Check here. B. E. Now we'll move ahead. Statements. Now EF is perpendicular to AB. This is by the construction check. Understand? EF is perpendicular to AB. This is what we have done the construction check. EF perpendicular to AB. And EF is the height of ADE and DBE. Understand? Now, if you consider the two triangles, Understand? Check EDE, this triangle EDE. And if you consider DBE, check DBE, this triangle. Now for these two triangles, what has happened? EF, understand, is what? It is the same height. It is what? It is the same height. So which property are you going to apply? You're going to apply the property of what? Same height. Understand? So when it is the property of same height, you'll get that in terms of the base. Now what are the bases of the triangle? It is ED upon DB. So area of triangle ADE equals to half ED into EF and half DB into EF. So EF and EF is going to get cancelled off. Half and half is going to get cancelled off. You will be left out with ED and DB. Understand? You will be left out with ED and DB. Next is area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle DEC. What you will get? You'll get that as EE upon EC. Understand? Same thing. DG. Wait, I just clear the. Yeah. Check. Now this DG is the height. Okay, and this AC can consider as the base. Now, if you are considering triangle ADE, understand, and if you are considering this triangle DCE, understand, if you're considering triangle ADE and if you're considering triangle DEC or DCE, understand, you'll get that as again height are same. Height is what? Same. So you'll write it in terms of base, that is EE upon EC. Understand? Now you'll have to get some common between these two. Understand? Now check. DBE is similar to triangle DEC, as both the triangles are on the same base and between the same parallel lines. Now you know, when the two triangles, understand, they lie between the same parallel lines and they have got the same base, they've got the same base. The two triangles are similar. The two triangles are what? Similar. Understand? With respect to this, you'll get triangle DBE. Okay, with respect to that property, I want to get triangle DBE is similar to triangle DEC. Each triangle DBE upon triangle DEC. Understand? It is equals to what? It is equals to 1, because you know, if the two triangles are similar, their areas are equal. So therefore AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. This is from statement number 5, 6 and 7. Is this clear to all the students? Understand that AD upon DB is equals to AE upon EC. Very important theorem. Understand, this is going to come in your examinations. We'll move ahead. Any difficulties, we'll clear this at the end of the session. Converse of BPT now. Converse of BPT means what? Converse means what? Whatever things were given in BPT. Understand? Converse means what? Whatever statements were given in BPT, you need to prove those. You need to prove those in converse. Understand? You need to prove those in convert. And whatever things were to prove in BPT will be given in the converse. Will be given in the converse. So check, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to the third side. Given In triangle ABC, a line intersects AB in D and AC in E such that AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. Check. In the same way, prove that DE is parallel to BC. You have to prove DE parallel to BC. So now we will start with your proof. Now check, DF is parallel to BC. You're going to assume this. You start with the indirect proof for this. You're going to start with the indirect proof. Understand? Because you cannot directly prove this. So what you do, you make some assumptions. You make some assumptions. Now what are those assumptions? Those assumptions are that DF is parallel to BC. So AD upon DB equals to AF upon FC. And AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. Now, second statement which you have got is by the basic proportionality theorem, that if a side is parallel to the third side of the triangle, then the sides which are intersected, okay, by the line which is parallel, divides it in the same ratio. Understand? So with help of this, by the basic proportionality theorem, you get the second statement, but the third statement is given to you. Understand? Now, AF upon FC is equals to AE upon EC. Understand? By transitivity, by the property of transitivity. Understand? And from statement number 2 and 3, what you will get, AE, okay, is equals to AF. Understand? Check this, AE is equals to AF. Not equal, sorry, they are in proportion, that AF upon FC. Check these proportions. AF upon FC is equals to AE upon EC. They are in proportion. So adding 1 to both these sides, understand, AF upon FC plus 1 equals to AE upon EC plus 1. So now what you will get, AF plus FC upon FC equals to AE plus EC upon EC. This is by simplification. You are going to solve that. Understand, this FC will be multiplied with 1. 1 does not have any denominator, so by default it is 1. So FC again would be multiplied with 1 in the denominator. Understand? This is by the cross multiplication. Understand? So by simplification, AF plus FC. If you look in the figure, now if you look in the figure, check. AF plus FC. AF plus FC is what? AF plus FC is what? AC. And what is AE plus EC? Again, it is what? AC. Understand? So you'll come to the conclusion. Understand? AC upon FC equals to AC upon EC. Check. AC equals to AF plus FC. AC equals to AE plus EC. So that means FC equals to EC. Hence, DE is parallel to BC. Understand that you can get, because our assumption is what? Wrong. Understand, you cannot have the same points. Understand, where the two sides it would be equal and the line would be passing through that which would be parallel to the same side. Understand? So whatever assumption you have done, whatever assumption you have done, yeah, understand, whatever assumption you have done, that DF is parallel to BC, understand, is what is wrong, because you cannot have the same line, understand, which would be passing through the same points, but here F and E, okay, they are different points. You cannot have the same points which would, a same line which would pass through two different points and would be parallel to the same side, that is BC. Understand? So that means our assumption which is there, our assumption which is there, understand, it is wrong. So you'll get DE parallel to BC. Next, the property of angle bisector of a triangle. The bisector of the angle of a triangle divides the side opposite to the angle in the ratio of the remaining sides. Given in triangle ABC, bisector of angle C intersects segment AB in point E. To prove AE upon EB equals to CA upon CB. Construction: draw a line parallel to CE passing through point B. Extend AC so as to intersect it at point D. The figure is given to you. We'll start your proof. Angle ACE equals to angle CDB. Understand? Ray CE is parallel to ray BD and ED is the transversal. This forms the pair of corresponding angles. They form the pair of what? Corresponding angles. Angle ECB equals to angle CBD. Again, ray CE is parallel to BD. BC is the transversal. They form the pair of alternate angles. They form the pair of alternate angles. Now, how to guess this in the figure? Check. I'll tell you. So these are the two parallel lines. This is the transversal. So wherever you'll come across this kind of shape or this kind of alphabet, this is Z. Understand? This Z shape. These corner angles which are there, they are what? Alternate angles. Check here. These are the pair of alternate angles. When these two lines, they are what? Parallel. Understand? This is the way to guess. Or what you can do is, it can be mirror image of Z. It can be mirror image of Z like this. Can be mirror image of Z. Understand? These two angles, they are equal. These are the pair of what? Alternate angles. These are the pair of alternate angles. So whenever you are going to guess out alternate angles, you have to remember that it should be Z, mirror image of Z, or in kind of this kind of figures. It should be N or mirror image of N. Understand? And you have to go with this corner angles. You have to go with this corner angles. Is this clear to all the students? And for corresponding angles, which shape you are going to remember? For corresponding angles, check double L, angles on the top of the line, or the angles at the bottom, F. Understand? So check here, this, yeah, angles on the top. Okay, they are the corresponding angles. So you've got one pair of corresponding angle, you have got one pair of alternate angle. Now, angle ACE equals to angle ECB. This is given to you because there is bisector of angle C. CE is bisector of angle C. Therefore, CBD equals to angle CDB from statements 1, 2, and 3. So from statements 1, 2, and 3, get the two angles, they are equal. Side CB equals to side CD. And segment EC parallel to segment BD. This you are going to do it by construction. Okay. So therefore, AE upon EB equals to CA upon CD. This is what? This you are going to get it from the basic proportionality theorem. This you are going to get it from the basic proportionality theorem. Therefore, AE upon EB equals to CA upon CB. This is what you have to prove. Is this clear to all the students here? And next is the property of three parallel lines and their transversals. The ratio of the intercepts made on the transversal by three parallel lines is equal to the ratio of the corresponding intercepts made on any other transversal by the same parallel lines. Given line L parallel to line M parallel to line N, T1 and T2 are the transversals. Transversal T1 intersects the lines in points A, B, C, and T2 intersects the lines in point P, Q, R. If you look at the figure, check, you'll come across all this. Check T1 making points A, B, and C, and T2, P, Q, and R. To prove AB upon BC equals to PQ upon QR. What do you have to prove? You have to prove that AB upon BC is equals to PQ upon QR. So draw segment PC which intersects line M at point D. So you are drawing this PC. Okay, you're drawing this PC which is intersecting the line M at point G. In triangle ACP, BD is parallel to AP. So AB upon BC equals to PC upon DC by basic proportionality theorem. Triangle CPR, DQ is parallel to CR. So PQ upon QR equals to PC upon DC. Therefore, AB upon BC equals to PC upon DC equals to PQ upon QR. So from statements 1, 2, and 3. Is this clear to all the students? Any difficulty in understanding this? So AB upon BC equals to PQ upon QR. Check. Now what we have studied up till now. Check. BPT and this AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. Converse of BPT. DE parallel to BC. You have to prove DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC. Understand? Angle bisector theorem. Check. Get the figures in front of your eyes. AE upon EB equals to CA upon CB. And here the parallel lines. AB upon BC equals to PQ upon QR. Understand? We have studied BPT, converse of BPT, angle bisector of the triangle, and the property of three parallel lines and its transversal. We'll move ahead now. Three theorems to identify the similarity of triangles. Now, instead of theorems, you can state that the three tests. Okay, the three tests. Okay, if you're getting confused with the word theorem, okay, you can write that as test. The three tests, understand, to identify the similarity of triangles. The first test is angle test, where any two angles of the triangles of one triangle should be equal to any two angles of the other triangle or the corresponding triangle. Next is side angle side, that is SES test. That two sides and the included angle check. Two sides and the included angle. The angle is in between. So here also the angle should lie between the two sides. Check these two sides. Angle should lie between two sides. Included angle. Understand? And it is the side test. Here all the three sides they should be in what? In proportion. It should be in proportion. Understand? So these are the three tests to identify the similarity of triangles. Angle, or angle test. You know that if the two angles of the triangle are equal, understand? So that means the third angle which is left out is also going to be equal. So your angle test can also be written as angle test. Then you have got side test and side test. Angle, or angle test. The statement of this: for a given correspondence of the vertices, when the corresponding angles of the two triangles are congruent, then the two triangles are similar. Check here. If you look at the figure, check for one-to-one correspondence. Okay, when the corresponding angles of the two triangles are congruent, then the triangles are similar. Triangle ABC and triangle PQR. If angle A is congruent to angle P, angle B is congruent to angle Q, and angle C is congruent to angle R, then triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Side test of similarity. For the given correspondence of vertices of the two triangles, if two pairs of the corresponding sides are in the same proportion and the angles between them are congruent, then the two triangles are similar. Check in triangle KLM and triangle RST. Understand? KL upon RS equals to LM upon ST, that is equals to 2 upon 3. Side test for similarity. For the given correspondence of the vertices of the two triangles, when the three sides of a triangle are in proportion to the corresponding three sides of the another triangle, then the two triangles are similar. Then the two triangles are what? Similar. Check. In triangle PQR and triangle XYZ, PQ upon YZ equals to QR upon XY and PR upon XZ. So therefore, triangle PQR is similar to triangle ZYX. Last is the theorem of area of similar triangles. When the two triangles are similar, the ratio of areas of those two triangles is equal to the ratio of the squares of their corresponding sides. Given triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR, AD is perpendicular to BC, PS perpendicular to QR, that prove triangle ABC upon triangle PQR equals to AB square upon PQ square equals to BC square upon QR square equals to AC square upon PR square. Check. Triangle ABC upon triangle PQR. Area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle PQR is what? BC into area upon QR into PS. Triangle ABD and triangle PQS. Angle B equals to angle Q. Angle ADB equals to angle PSQ, that is equals to 90. So triangle ABD is similar to triangle PQS by angle test of similarity. AD upon PS equals to AB upon PQ. So AB upon PQ equals to BC upon QR. The triangle, area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle PQR. BC into AD upon QR into PS. Understand? Now what you can do is you can replace that with check statements 1, 3 and 4. From statements 1, 3 and 4 here. In case of AD upon PS, you can put AB upon PQ. But AB upon PQ is what? BC upon QR. So you're going to put that as BC upon QR, and already BC upon QR is there with you. And since we'll get that as BC square upon QR square. Similarly, you can get that as AB square upon PQ square, AC square upon PR square. You can subscribe us BMC Edu English Standard 10th. Okay, the YouTube channel also. Log in for live streaming every day of the lectures. So we have completed. Any doubts, students? You all can ask me. Yes, Alisha, Afzal. Yes, Alisha Khan, Afzal Sheikh.
यस सर बोल अफजल को जल्दी अफजल सर को बोल यस सर अफजल बोल अफजल शेख नहीं माइक चालू करके बोलो कब से अफजल शेख
Yes. So